And all new right here tonight at 6. A Louisville native became a trailblazer right here on WHAS11 in the 1970s. Monica Kaufman, who grew up in the Smoketown neighborhood, was the first black woman to anchor the news here in Louisville. And then she went on big time to Atlanta. She never forgot her hometown. I found out just recently with senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton that she once again is giving back. When these doors first opened 130 years ago at the oldest existing school in Louisville, the original stained glass that says Presentation Academy was there, and the double walnut doors were there.
So these doors are from the original construction of the building. This building is from 1893.
And the same man who built Presentation's unique Romanesque arches nearly 2 years later would open another masterpiece not far away. The Twin Spires and the original Churchill Downs Clubhouse, opening in 1895. Architect D.X. Murphy was building landmarks that last. And his doors have lasted at Presentation despite being exposed to our crazy Louisville weather. So cherished, they are now used only twice a year.
So when our freshmen begin their Pres journeys, they walk through these front doors as a class, and they don't come through them again until the day they graduate as seniors. They walk out the doors as a class together.
Presentation, the all-girl Catholic school, is more diverse today than it was when a future famous alum walked these halls. So in 1965, Monica would have been walking down this hallway, heading towards.
She would have been, yes. Pretty incredible to think about.
Monica Jones, class of 1965. Now,
Monica Pearson,
a proud WHAS TV alum. I talked to her from her home in Atlanta.
It was a difficult time in Louisville because things were just really being integrated.
Here she is on the Presentation cheerleading team, always smiling, always surrounded by an all-white class. But Presentation, she told me, was different.
The nuns were very inviting and very accepting. Think about that in the 60s.
Her interest in writing would propel her to U of L, then the Louisville Times newspaper, and then right our way in 1973 as Monica Kaufman, the first black woman to anchor a newscast in Louisville.
I am so grateful that I had my start at WHAS for more than one reason.
And she was also one of the few black TV reporters.
A red carpet, but a pretty gold one in the box.
In 1975, she became an even bigger trailblazer, deciding to leave her hometown and move even further south.
Action News 2 with John Pruitt and Monica Kaufman.
That's why I came here from my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky.
Becoming the first black woman to anchor the weekday evening news in Atlanta.
Monica Kaufman.
Called the Queen of Atlanta, Monica became one of the most successful news anchors in America. She retired after 37 years at the top.
My husband says the only thing I've ever failed at is retirement. And that's true. I intend to wear out, not rust out.
And as it would happen, giving back turned right back to the way she left Presentation as a senior in 1965.
Those panes of stained glass mean a lot to me.
Why? They symbolize the unbelievable sacrifice of her mother, Hattie Wallace Jones Edmondson.
I'm touching it right now, this necklace. The diamond on the very bottom was my mother's engagement ring.
The ring became the down payment on something words cannot express.
Because she used to take her engagement ring and take it to the pawn shop and pawn it to pay my tuition at Pres. And she would get it out maybe in May, and she'd wear it for June and July and August, and then pawn it again so that I would be able to go to Pres in September.
Remember that lesson of giving back? Principal Becca Noonan says by 2020, they knew they needed to protect those doors, but the cost was enormous.
Some bees boring into them, and so we learned a couple years ago that if we didn't do something to protect them, then they weren't going to last that much longer.
So they got a call in 2020 from Monica, who from Atlanta had been watching Louisville protesters break out windows elsewhere at Presentation.
Spark went off in my head and said, well, Monica, protect it yourself. So I did. In addition to the tuition, I took care of the glass because it is Presentation Academy.
She's not only paying the entire cost for these newly installed shatter-resistant doors, but continues to fund a longtime scholarship in her name. The new entrance doesn't hide the history, just protects it.
When I think of Louisville, I think of love.
And we all love Monica. I remember as a kid watching her right here doing the news on WHAS 11 in the studio. Well, this October, she returns to Louisville to host the annual Presentation Tower Awards for Women Leaders. And Monica will be walking through those doors once again.